Hello, this is Debbie Kay with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are talking today with candidates running in the November 5th, 2024 general election. The League of Women Voters is grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Sailing Foundation, the Weiss Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me today is Marsh M. Santoro, running for City of Fairview Council Position 3. Welcome, Ms. Santoro.
Thank you.
Let's get started. Please tell us a little about yourself and why you are running for this office.
Hi, I'm Marsh Santoro. I live out here in Fairview, Oregon. I'm a tenant leader and I belong to Fairview Parks Recreation Committee, and I also belong to the Public Safety Advisory Committee. The reason I'm running for this position is because I would like to see more people like myself, low income, marginalized people of color, become involved in our local politics. It's the place where we can make change. It's the place where we are going to have our voices heard. It's the place where we can get involved and be heard and make a change for our children and our grandchildren. We don't need to be in state politics. We don't need to be in Washington, D.C. We need to be involved in our local politics where things can be done for our cities.
Thank you. Tell us, what are the city's most urgent needs and how you would address them?
So our most urgent needs out here in Fairview is our homelessness. And I would, part of that would be working with our homelessness and our housing affordability. Part of that would be working with the HOPE team and helping to house people in shelters or housing that's available out here in Fairview. Also, another part of that would be incentives and programs for working where you live. And we have some of those projects already going on and getting started here in Fairview so that we incentivize people with affordable housing so that they can live where they work. And we're hoping that that will bring in more people to the affordable housing that we're having here in some of the affordable housing that we have here in Fairview, so that they're not having to travel so far into the Gresham, Fairview, Troutdale, Wood Village areas to work. So they're living closer to where they work.
Thank you. Tell us, what skills, experience, and interests make you the best candidate for this position?
Okay, so what I lack in skills and experience, I more than make up for in my interest. Again, I want to make sure that people like me see that we can make a difference if we get involved. It's very important that we don't just sit around and let people that are, I don't want to say more experienced or more skilled, but people that don't have the same aligned interests as us. There's a lot of people that are saying that the cities and the state aren't taking our interests, marginalized people of color, they're not taking our interests into consideration. Well, if that's the case, then we need to get involved. And that's my platform. I want them to see that we can get involved. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. It does take some effort. And I'm willing to make that effort. I volunteer a lot. And volunteering is part of being in your local government. You need to volunteer in some of these positions, and you can make that difference when you do, and your voice gets to be heard. And the more of us that come to these local politics and be heard at the table and are sitting at the table, the more we make a difference in our cities. And that's where my interest is. I may not have a lot of skill and I may not have a lot of experience in politics, but being in my local politics and being interested in my local politics, I'm hoping to see other people become more interested in their local politics and seeing that they too can make a change in their cities and make their cities become what they want them to be.
Thank you. You are listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Marsh M. Santoro, who is running for City of Fairview City Council Position 3. Our next question: what are the infrastructure needs of the city, and how would you finance the most critical ones?
So our infrastructure needs are water and sewer systems, stormwater management, street maintenance, parks and recreation, housing development, and environmental management. These are our top infrastructure priorities. As to financing them, or even the most important, I first need to know what our budget and how we distribute it. Then would see if there are places we can cut costs or move funds around and are less used. As I have not seen the city finances or budgets, I cannot make an informed statement. I would hope that we as a city council could find or write grants to acquire funds for the most important needs of our city. Find ways to fund outside the box, find assets not used or thought of.
Thank you. How is the performance of a city councilor best assessed?
I think that is by how their work reflects what they on what they on how their work reflects of their residents, how they vote, how they make the city work for their residents and not for them. What they decide should go into their city, looking at what the residents want and not what they as a city councilor want or need.
Thank you. I think we are out of time. I'm sorry, but thank you very much for being with us today, Ms. Santoro.
Thank you.
Certainly. This concludes the League of Women Voters of Portland Video Voters Guide and podcast interview with Marsh M. Santoro, running for City of Fairview, City Council Position 3. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. To find additional election resources, please visit the League of Women Voters of Portland's website, lwvpdx.org. That also includes East County, Multnomah County, and then exercise your right to vote. Your voice matters. Thank you for your attention.